And hello once again, Key Stage 3. Welcome back to part 3 of Lesson 4. Well done if you've got to this point and you've completed all of the tasks. You're doing fantastically well on your home learning work. So give yourself a bit of a pat on the back, a bit of a congratulations at this point if you've managed to do everything so far. The very final piece, just a short video to finish off for this lesson, is just a piece of individual writing. So you remember at the beginning of today's video that I said you were going to write 2 paragraphs by the end of today, one on the theme of gender and one on the theme of deception. Tick, we've done the one on the theme of gender, so well done. We now have to do one about the theme of deception. So you might ask me, why, miss, are you making me do another one? Well, it's really useful to now do some independent writing. As I kind of guided you through quite carefully the one on gender, I now want to see that you can do it a bit more on your own for a different theme. So that is why I'm asking you to do a bit more today. So thank you very much for sticking with me. So just a really quick reminder, we've been through this now in the last 2 videos. You're doing a statement, a quotation, an inference and connotations. So if you need to pause here at this point, it's absolutely fine to read back through what those things mean. Please do take time if you want to, if you need to, so that you are absolutely clear what you're going to be doing. Right, so if you're ready to move on then, here is our second question. How does Roald Dahl present deception in the story Lamb to the Slaughter? So no more gender now, we're now talking about deception. So you may well ask me, well, miss, what does deception mean? So deception means lying on purpose to make someone believe something which is not true. So if you deceive someone, you are lying to them. Let's have a little think. Where is there lying? Where is there deception in this story? Well, hopefully it's reasonably obvious. Mary deceives the police. She lies to them. And she deceives them into believing that she is innocent of the crime of killing Patrick. So what is Dahl trying to say about deception then through that? What is he trying to teach us there? What message is he trying to give us about lying and kind of Mary lying in the story? So have a little think. What do you think here he could be telling us about deception? What could he be trying to show us about it? Okay, so maybe you've had a little bit of a think about how or what Dahl might be trying to show us about lying. So here are some quotations you could use when you're talking about deception and lying in the story. So I've tried to pick ones from lesson 2, so you should have notes on all of these, I hope. She rehearsed it several times more. So that is Mary talking about rehearsing before she went to see Sam the grocer. She sat in the mirror, tidied her hair, touched up her lips and face, tried to smile. It came out rather peculiar. She tried again. So again, that's Mary trying to get ready to go to the grocer's. She's trying to appear normal. Probably right under our very noses, this was the police talking about where the murder weapon was. And then right from the end of the story, in the other room, Mary Maloney began to giggle. So all of these have something to do with lying and deception. So have a think. The idea that you just had a minute to think about, you were thinking, what could Dahl be saying to us about deception? Do these quotes back up or support your ideas about what he's saying about lying? And you're also welcome to go back to the story if you want and find some of your own quotes to do with deception. If you want to challenge and stretch yourself, that's absolutely fine. So have a think, choose a quotation. Right, folks, so you should hopefully have a bit of an idea what you're going to say about what Dahl's showing us about deception or lying, and a quote that hopefully proves or backs that up. So you are now then ready to write your answer. So let's remember to include what we need. We need a statement to answer the question in one sentence. We need a quotation where you embed your quotation in the sentence to explain where it happens in the story. You need an inference where you explain what this shows to the reader and how it answers the question, and remembering that for this bit you're doing a minimum 2 sentences or one multi-clause sentence. You're doing a connotation, so selecting one word from the quotation, identifying the word type, noun, adjective, verb, adverb, and then explaining why you think that word is important. How does it kind of further reinforce what you've already said? And then there are those quotations again if you want to, if you haven't quite chosen one yet that you're going to write about. So obviously at the beginning I said the minimum expectation was to write one paragraph. You can of course stretch yourself and write 2 or 3, but making sure that you've done one really good solid one before you move on to doing 2 or 3. I'm sure that your teacher would rather see you write one really good one where you've really carefully thought about your statement, your quotation, your inference, your connotation, rather than rushing it and trying to do 3. So that's a really important thing to say. If you do want to do more than one, make sure that you've done the first one really carefully before doing anything else. So chance to pause the video here, folks, to write your paragraph to answer the question, how does Roald Dahl present deception in the story Lamb to the Slaughter? And you're putting into action everything that you've learned here from today's lesson, but also from last week's lesson with Mr. Palmer. Okay, Key Stage 3, hopefully you've paused there and you've got now a lovely brand new spanking paragraph, or possibly 2 paragraphs or 3 about deception in front of you. So well done. Hopefully you took a really good amount of time to think about that carefully and you're really proud of what you have written. Last job for today, it should now be familiar to you, is to just self-assess that last paragraph that you've written, making sure you've labelled or highlighted your statement, your quotation, your inference and your connotations in that, so that it's really clear. And then once you've done your self-assessment on that paragraph, that is the end of today's lesson, all about writing about the writer's aim to do with theme. So well done if you've reached this point and you've done all of the tasks really carefully. I'm sure that your teacher would love to see what you've written. So if you've got something that you're particularly proud of today, one of your paragraphs, and you'd like to submit it to Show My Homework, I'm sure they would absolutely love to see it. Or, just leave them a comment to say hi. They'd really, really like to hear from you. I know I'd like to hear from some of my class to say hi, to tell me how they're doing as well. Because we are all sat here wondering and thinking how you're getting on. So yeah, it would be lovely to hear from you if you fancy dropping your teacher a message with some work or just to say hi. So take care, folks, and I will catch you soon.